Hey everyone, this is Paul again. I'm going to do a quick video here since I'm already in my car. Just did a video on the mark of the beast, how the vaccine is not the mark of the beast. But I just wanted to share with you guys a dream. I was kind of reluctant to share this dream. It's a sad dream. It is not encouraging dream. But it is, I believe, a warning from God. I got this dream on the early morning of September 23rd, this year, 2021. And I'm just going to read to you what I remember from the dream and just give you a quick, some quick thoughts about it. So this is what I remember from the dream. Just going to read what I wrote down. In the dream, I was a boy, but an older boy, somewhere around 16 or 17 years old. Busloads of children were arriving at some kind of building that, from the outside, the building looked like an abandoned warehouse. So here I am, I'm a boy, probably 16, an older boy, 16, 17 years old, and I'm with a busload of children, and we're arriving at an abandoned warehouse. At least it looks like an abandoned warehouse. And the buses, which I believe were actually regular looking yellow school buses, they arrived at a big parking lot that was in front of this big warehouse looking building. And there were a lot of children of all different ages. So basically like K through 12, kindergarten through 12th grade. That was the age group of the children. I didn't see any babies or like real young toddlers there, but it was more like K through 12, kindergarten through 12th grade. And the people that were in control of this camp, this building, whatever you want to call it, they had all of the children, after getting out of the buses, they had all of the children sit down on the floor in rows within this large warehouse looking building. And I do not remember what the people were saying. I'm not sure what the people in charge were saying. That it seems like they were giving some kind of instruction or rules. And the children, from what I can remember, were not wearing their regular school clothing anymore. I believe, from what I remember, I believe they were all wearing the same kind of outfit. It may have been gray, but I'm honestly not quite sure about it. I also do not remember seeing any girls there. So the boys and the girls had been separated in typical, concentration camp fashion. So the girls must have been, probably at a separate building. I also remember that eventually I saw what looked like cells, prison cells, where these boys were kept. And there were bars and cots, just like in a prison. And eventually the people in charge had the boys do something interesting. And this is what I remember, this is what I saw. They were basically having the boys line up in two different lines. And they were what seemed to be testing the boys' athletic capabilities. They were having each boy climb up. There were two different metal poles, both the same height, both next to each other, and they were having each boy climb up. They were having each boy climb up what looked like the metal pole, and the metal pole reached up about 20 to 25 feet high. It was tall. And some of the boys were able to actually climb up the whole thing. And I noticed that at the top of the bar, at the top of these metal poles, there was actually a space, like a window that you would see, kind of high up in a warehouse. And the boys, they could escape through that window. But once the boys reached the top, they were ordered to just come back down. So they would slide back down the pole, just like a fireman would. And again, I'm not sure, I'm not fully sure why they were doing this. One part of me suspected that they want to see which boys were capable of climbing that high to see if they would be physically capable of escaping, by means of those metal poles. That was one thing that came to mind. Another part of me suspected that, this could have been actually some form of testing to see which boys were athletic and which ones weren't, so they could determine who they would do experiments on. Just like in Nazi Germany with Dr. Mengele. They would pick certain kinds of kids to do experiments on. For example, Dr. Mengele loved twins. For whatever reason, he loved to experiment on twins. So, that is not something that I saw in the dream, but I believe this was something that my intuition is telling me, that they were doing this for experimentation purposes. And I also remember, one of the last things I remember was that water. Water there was a precious commodity, and it did not seem freely accessible to the children. I didn't see water fountains. I didn't see children drinking from water fountains. But what I did see is I do remember kids having to ask for water. And if water was given to them, the children were given clear, regular looking plastic water bottles, just cheap plastic water bottles. I did not see anyone drinking from a water fountain. They were just handed out. Water bottles were being handed out. So that was interesting. And I don't remember anything after that. I actually did dream some more things before all of this, but honestly, it was a little fuzzy. So I'm not so clear on it. If I come to it, maybe I'll share it if I need to. But anyway, that was basically the dream that I had. That's all that I can share about it right now. But, it's not a good dream, a sad dream of kids being taken away from their parents and from their families, given uniforms and put in basically concentration camps or whatever you want to call it. And being deprived, being tested in various forms for whatever reasons, and also being deprived of basic necessities and being made to beg even for things, like water, which is just very evil, very terrible. So there seems to be an indication. I'm just taking it as an indication, a warning from the Lord of the wicked rulers' plans. The wicked rulers of the earth, this is their plans for many children, to enslave them, to imprison them in concentration camps. Absolutely evil. Absolutely evil. So, last thing that I guess I can say is, you better be ready to do whatever it takes to protect your children by all means necessary. And I mean all means. So I know that there's a lot of Christians out there who think that they just need to be doormats and they need to just let people walk over them if they're going to come and take them away. But that is not so. That is not the pattern of men and women of God in both the Old Testament and in the New Testament as well. So there's a reason. There's a reason why Jesus said before he went to the cross, you don't have a sword, sell your garment. Forget about your coat. Sell that thing and get a sword so that you can protect yourself, your loved ones, your children. So I guess that's all I can say is just be ready, physically, psychologically, and of course spiritually. Okay, thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.